I was famous in school for being a simp. In my past life, I was so obsessed with Cersei that I stopped caring about studying unfailed to get into university. Because she once said, "I don't like fat people." I went on an extreme diet and ruined my body. Seeing the disappointed look in my father's eyes and the tears in my mother's, I died full of regret. Wise people stay away from love and work to build a better country. When I opened my eyes again, I vowed to live for myself this time. But unexpectedly, after I decided to stop being a simp, the school beauty, was used to having a loyal one, started to panic.
As if you don't know, Cersei crossed her arms and gave him a sharp look. "Didn't you mess with my bike chain? You broke it on purpose just to create this coincidence. You're so childish." Alex twitched at her words, feeling an inexplicable chill. Is this girl paranoid or what? "You're overthinking things. I always take this route home. Plus, I was busy cleaning the classroom after school. I didn't have time to mess with your bike." Cersei snared. "Oh, really? Then, why are you standing here? Don't tell me you're waiting for me to ask you to fix it." Alex shook his head. "No, I'm waiting for the light to turn green." "Oh, look, it's green now. Later." Cersei was fuming. "You stop right there. Fix my bike right now. I don't have time." Without even looking back, Alex zopped on his bike and drove away. "You," Cersei clenched her teeth, glaring at his retreating figure. She was convinced that Alex Z had sabotaged her bike chain and ran away after being exposed. What a petty little man! If he had just admitted it, she might have respected him a little. And he still thinks he can chase after me. Keep dreaming. Muttering curses under her breath, she grabbed a small stick and started poking at the bike chain. Alex rode into the Fantillo Garden residential complex and immediately spotted a girl in a school uniform carrying a pink backpack waiting at the entrance. It was the class monitor, Isabel T. "Alex A." Isabel T waved at him. "Monitor? What are you doing here?" Alex asked in confusion. Isabel T pulled out her math book from her bag. "Alex C, I solved the problem you asked about." "Huh?" Alex G's mouth twitched. "Monitor, you could have explained it tomorrow. No need to make a special trip." "No way, look at this." Isabel T's expression was firm as she took out a pen and began explaining. The two of them sat on a stone bench near the entrance, discussing the problem. Passers-by, mostly middle-aged women coming back from grocery shopping, smiled as they walked past. Kids like these are rare these days. So hardworking, such good students. Alexei rolled his eyes. As Isabel T explained, Alexei suddenly had an epiphany. Math was like that. Once you understood one concept, you could apply it everywhere. This question wasn't the exact one from the college entrance exam, but now that he understood it, he had a good idea of how to solve the final big question. "Monitor, you're awesome." Alex says he gave her a thumbs minus up. Isabel T smiled proudly. "Oh, by the way, your house is pretty far from here, right? How are you getting home? Do you need a ride?" Alex asked. After all, she had come all this way just to help him. He couldn't just let her walk home alone. "No need, my driver is waiting for me." Isabel T waved her hand dismissively. Alex C's mouth twitched. Right, I forgot she's rich. Isabel T packed up her math book and suddenly asked, "By the way, Alex Z, tomorrow is University Application Day. Which university are you choosing?" "Jeonju University." Isabel T's face fell slightly. "Is it because of Cersei?" Alex Z shook his head. "No." Isabel T's expression softened. A pure smile appeared on her face, and she looked at him expectantly. "All right then, I'll head home. If you ever need help with math, just ask me anytime." Alex Z. Watched as she put on her backpack and left. Suddenly, a thought struck him. Jeonju University was just an average minus rank university. With Isabel T's grades, she could easily get into a top minus tier school. Maybe not Tingshu or Peking University, but definitely a 985th tier university. Wait, a realization hit Alex Z. Isabel T came all the way to his neighborhood just to help him with a math problem? His heart skipped a beat. does she? Like me. No way. Right? We barely ever talked in my past life. The idea seemed a little self-minus absorbed, but just to be sure, Alex Z turned back toward her and said, "Monitor, I'm applying to Jiangsu University for myself. Yesterday, I read something changing your life for someone else is a foolish act. I'm saying this to you and to myself no matter what, we should always live for ourselves." Isabel T froze for a moment. Alex Z waved and walked into this complex. Reborn into this life, he just wanted to live for himself. He had no intention of interfering in someone else's destiny. As he reached his building, he noticed a familiar middle Minot-aged woman giving him a knowing smirk. Had a good chat. Alex Z sighed. "You saw that?" The grocery minus shopping lady grinned and wrapped an arm around his shoulder. "Son, tell Mom who's that little girl." Even if I told you, you wouldn't know her." "Does she like you?" "No way." Laughing, the two walked into the house together. The cramped, less than 60 square meter rental apartment was home to the Alex family of 3. The room was dimly lit, the old furniture was severely chipped, and the cracked floorboards were slightly damp. A musty smell filled the air. "It's so humid again, probably gonna rain soon," Amina's muttered as she carried the groceries into the kitchen. Alex went straight to his bedroom to start reviewing. Before that, he took out some labels and a pencil, writing down a phrase: "Go to college, make money." For most people, getting into university was about securing a better future and a good job to earn money. For Alex C, it was about making up for past regrets and allowing his parents to hold their heads high. As for making money, for someone who had been reborn, that wasn't a problem. There were too many opportunities in the coming years. Tony Z arrived home from work, carrying a bag of pastries. He wore a work uniform, had a slightly chubby build, and his face was covered in stubble. His hair was a bit messy. He stood at the doorway for a moment before heading to the kitchen to help. "Get out, you're just getting in the way." Amina Z shoved him out. Tony Z suddenly said, "Amina, don't you think our son has been working really hard? Are you sick? You complain when he doesn't study, and now that he is, you still have something to say." Amina Z glared at him. "I mean, if he's studying this hard, he's definitely getting into a good university. Of course, my Alex inherited his mother's talent and wisdom. There's no way he won't get in. No way he takes after his dad's brains." "Yeah, right." Amina Z quickly finished cooking a meal of 3 dishes and a soup. Alex Z ate quickly, eager to finish and get back to studying. Seeing this, Amina Z picked up a drumstick and placed it in his bowl. "Slow down. No one's going to steal your food. Time is money." Alex Z mumbled between bites. "I need to finish quickly and get back to studying. I don't have much time left." Amina Z suddenly felt a pang of heartache. "Son, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Your health is more important." Alex Z realized his behavior was making his mother worry. He slowed down and smiled. "Mom, don't worry. I'm fine." Tony Z took a sip of his liquor and asked, had he decided which university to apply to? "Jiangsu University," Alex Z answered without hesitation. Tony Z choked on his drink. Even Amina's mouth twitched slightly. As parents, they knew their son's academic level all too well. With some effort this month, he might scrape into a 3rd minor university. But Jiangsu University, that seemed like a long shot. Son, Amina's eye hesitated, worried that Alex had lost his mind. But before she could say anything, Tony Z slapped the table and cut her off. "That's ambition." He turned to Alex Z. "Where there's a will, there's a way. I believe in you." Amina Z silently ate her food. With the college entrance exam so close, she couldn't bring herself to crush her son's confidence. After eating, Alex Z returned to his room to study. He focused on math and English, the 2 subjects where he had struggled the most. Before he knew it, it was already 10 p.m. Amina Z knocked on his door. "Son, time for bed." "All right," Alex Z stretched and smiled. The next morning, Amina Z got up early to prepare breakfast. I, Alex C., also woke up early to go for a morning run. After cooling down, eating breakfast, and freshening up, he put on his school uniform, hopped on his bike, and headed to school. At the first traffic light, Alex Z. stopped. Every morning, he met up with Michael C. here. After about 5 minutes, Michael C. finally showed up, riding his mountain bike. Whoa, I thought I was seeing things. Did the sun rise from the west today? You actually got here before me. Usually Alex, was the one who kept him waiting. Today, the roles were reversed. Alex Z. noticed the dark circles under Michael C's eyes. Did you pull an all-nighter? Michael C's eyes darted around. I found a new underground internet cafe. $8 for an all-nighter.